all simple. It's not simple. What does believe mean? Does it mean you go to the cross willingly? And if that's what it meant, would you say that you believe? Because that's what it means.
My last question for you is such a curious one.
You've mentioned his name a few times in this conversation, but Chris Benoit. And I saw that you had mentioned something about one of your favorite matches ever was you versus him at the Rumble. You have to be guarded with the way that you talk about your matches with him.
Well, I will tell you this. I did it for a while. I did what I was told to do, was to pretend Benoit didn't exist. But what that did for me is it took away all my best matches. It was rubbing on my legacy. So by saying that Chris Benoit no longer exists, is saying I never had those matches. And it's like, whoa, I had my best matches
in WrestleMania history.
And he was an incredible wrestler. I don't condone what he did. You know, what he did was 100% wrong. You know, it's unforgivable. But you know how he was in the ring. He was the best in-ring worker I've ever been. And he reminded me of me. Felt like I was wrestling.
You've mentioned his name a few times in this conversation, but Chris Benoit.
This time, as long as he remembers the name of the venue. WWE Universe is going crazy. I don't understand why all this hot dogging and grandstanding already. The match hasn't even begun yet. Don't you know, Corey, Hogan feeds off the energy from the WWE Universe. It's going to power him through this match. And by the way, what you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you? That's pretty good, right? No, terrible. At least you and Hogan have the same hairline. Make way for the head of the table. I think we can all agree we are seeing a once-in-a-lifetime competitor.
Representing the Bloodline from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns.
WrestleMania, acknowledge him. Plenty of WrestleMania history for the Tribal Chief, defeating legends like Triple H and The Undertaker.
But since taking his spot at the head of the table, he has successfully defended the same championship at 3 consecutive WrestleManias, defeating the likes of Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes.
My mom stuck in a tree. This will look good and sweet. Oh yeah! Oh my God, I cannot see. The baby so like it. Take no prisoners! My dog stuck in a bee.
We just can't help but be in awe of the tribal chief.
I agree, Saxton. This man has truly
When
earned
this guy
his
bought
spot
vitamins from the
at
store,
head of the
I've
table.
never met this man in my life. He's my brother. I'm seeing this place is disgusting. I thought it would be. Side by side forever. At the end of the day, you're you and me. Maybe that's too good in you, but that's what it's the worst a long time ago. Yeah. It's probably for the best thing I've ever seen
Dead man rises.
Once again, looming over the WWE landscape, a menacing shadow.
To here, I'm going to give you a hug.
Representing the Brothers of Destruction from Death Valley, weighing in at 309 pounds, the Undertaker!
I've never met this man.
Friends, is this really such a spray that if you apply it on an egg, the egg becomes so strong that it won't even break with a hammer? But this girl doesn't believe the video at all, so she decides to test it herself. She brings an egg, places it down,
to the
and
list.
brings the spray. She puts
Kane,
her glasses and gloves,
Orton,
opens the spray can,
Michaels,
starts spraying it on one
Triple
side of the
H,
egg. After spraying
Cena,
one side,
all
he sprays
have
the other
fallen
side thoroughly as
to the
well. Once
Undertaker
spraying
at
is done,
WrestleMania.
she leaves the egg
Even the
to
showcase of immortals is overcome by
just
darkness.
hitting the egg, the
The
narrator says,
Phenom's
on one
opponent
side is
has
your
got
mother,
to
and
know
on the other side is money.
that the
If you
end
choose-
is
if you
near
choose your mother
on
like
the
me, then
grandest
like the video.
stage.
This singer released a song with. Shit's in trouble.
Think of the incredible resume of The Undertaker.
I'm not ready to leave
Won
yet.
the Royal Rumble, conquered Hell in a Cell, and won 21 consecutive WrestleMania matches.
Arguably the most incredible competitor in WWE history, and the decades of destruction continue. The wrath of the Reaper annihilates your body and your soul.
Impossible to prepare for, unfeasible to predict.
Every step the Phenom takes, you're one step closer to your demise.
It is a grave mistake to assume that you will survive.
The Rock has arrived.
And from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 275 pounds, The Rock!
Here's an absolute impressive young athlete on the grandest stage.
Now think about this, The Rock main evented WrestleMania 15 at the age of 26.
Yeah, but from the moment he stepped foot in WWE, WrestleMania was The Rock's destiny. Third generation star who was born for WrestleMania.
The Brahma Bull has an immense amount of momentum behind him.
Yeah, and you can see that he's dead set on The toughest SOB in WWE history.
And from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, the WCW Heavyweight Champion, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
We are looking at a man with no shortage of classic WrestleMania moments and battles. You think about Shawn Michaels. Think about Bret Hart. And what about The Rock?
Well, let's not get carried away. He was a great competitor, but he was a terrible referee. I remember that, Michael.
Here comes the awe-inspiring, high-flying Hall of Famer.
And from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 235 pounds, Rob Van Dam.
What a journey it has been for RVD, who actually attended WrestleMania 3 as a child, but now Mr. Monday Night is Mr. WrestleMania.
We've seen Rob Van Dam make WrestleMania history in the past by becoming Mr. Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 22. And I'm sure Rob Van Dam has a lot more tricks and surprises up his sleeve here tonight.
Tony says, I got it, Bill. Exactly.
And we are underway in the legendary Hell in a Cell. This match is a career maker and a career shortener all in one.
The Cell transforms you as a competitor. No one who goes in comes out the same.
Oh, nasty stop to finish it off. Was coming there. Brian Carson, shoulders down. He doesn't let the pin last long at all.
He's nowhere near ready to stop fighting yet. Hammering down on a knee.
Snap suplex. Deliberately forced.
They've already got some things on here you could consider banners.
They're just punishing their opponent now
With a series of forearms.
Out of the ring and even closer to the chain link enclosure.
I was going to say.
And meanwhile, Hogan. Is it enough? And a shoulder in the air.
You were going to say before I interrupted you, that was what was next
Is there a special secret
next
to
on the
winning a
show.
Hell in a Cell match?
Let's see, how many matches are now? 1, 2, yeah. What was next on the show? I think it's time for the United States Heavyweight Championship to be decided. Is what it's time for. I was going to say more women.
The Undertaker with
And now here's a question:
Here's a couple.
why is it
Broken up.
That the Sheik could defend the U.S. title in Toronto, but it would have been just ridiculous at the time if Dewey Robertson had defended the Canadian heavyweight title in goddamn Erie, Pennsylvania.
You know, it is a little weird when you have U.S. title changes in Saudi Arabia. This is the first time I think it's happened.
Out of the ring and into Hell in a
Could
Cell.
this be a thing that's allowed to happen in should any country's championship be put in a position where it can fall to someone on foreign soil?
Face first.
That was
What
awesome.
about should the World of Sport title, the mid-heavyweight title or whatever, that Mike Marino, should that be put up for fucking auction over here in Cleveland? I think not. But we got a U.S. title match in Saudi Arabia. Sulu versus Fatu. And I I'm trying to think how, without insulting anyone too heavily, Solo isn't a great opponent for Fatu to have a great match.
Is there anyone in respect? Because I think he's been used well at times. Is there anyone for Solo to have a great match?
Maybe let's not throw great around, unnecessarily. Let's just say a better match. Fatu, I like as a heel, where he's with a younger, or not a younger, but a smaller, more agile baby face that does take bumps or whatever. There's a size difference, but as a baby face, Fatu still even a wise ass fucking heel that's smaller and goddamn. But Solo is kind of like this. We've done it before.
Yes.
The kids say,
Okay, babe. Love you too.
Fatu. So Solo is a lot of punch and kick. And then Fatu, when he's fighting a guy that's like that, he's still taking his bumps and stuff, but he relies on a lot of punch and kick. They're not,
Gets him with the counter.
they're a little too similar to be complimentary, I think. It's a match that existed on this date. And they got some heat, he got some heat on Fatu, he being Solo. And again, Fatu can fly around on the bumps and, the place he needs to be. And Solo's kind of flat-footed. But then finally Jacob makes his comeback and he's going to the top. And here comes JC Mateo.
I love you.
Waddles down. He runs in an awkward fashion. Were you watching the run-in closely here? Did you notice his gait?
I did not actually watch that.
He is a tubbier.
I watched this and I didn't pay attention to this game.
Well, yes, you did not watch the specific manner in which he ran down there, but he threw the referee. And Tonga Lola's there and took Jacob off the top rope with the neck breaker.
You expect these pins to last much longer at this stage in the match.
Solo got a 2 count. And then Jacob's gonna spike him. Solo's gonna spike him. But Jacob ducked the spike and dropped Solo and then dove on the other heels. And then did a Samoan drop on Solo, and then Mateo comes in and gets super kicked, and then gets the ass in the face. And again here, they have decided suddenly, I don't know how long ago it was, but not suddenly, but certainly recently, that if another guy that's not even connected to the match gets in the ring, as long as he just gets beat up and he doesn't hit anybody, they won't call the DQ. So now, Jacob is beating up Mateo while the guy's in the ring and the referee's staring at him. And then he moonsaults Solo. Boom. And then a giant, an old, mean, smelly giant.
Just a dominant
pulls Jacob Fatu out on the floor. And what the fuck? And the announcers say, "Oh my God, this is." And then it sounded to me like that they were just saying alternate versions of Tamaloa Tonga Tonga Loa Tonga Tonga. What the fuck did they call him?
There's all of
Okay, it was like, well, that tall guy is the cousin of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa called Talatonga. What the fuck?
And that was some vicious DDT we just saw. What a flush. He went right into that turnbuckle. Meanwhile, here's Austin. Knee right between the shoulders. With a loss to the internet. And he only stays down. Oh my God. The table has been set ablaze.
That's not a table. It's a barbecue.
Here we go. For the win.
Again,
Out of the ring and even closer to the chain link enclosure. Returning to the ring now.
These matches,
And he heads out of the ring. Quick count out after one.
But that won't beat him. I'm not sure anything.
These two people going at it. You know, I didn't know what was to come yet, but I wrote that then. But and it goes on forever. It's like again, I didn't know what was to come. A match will just stop happening, and a bunch of people not connected with it will start fighting with each other for a while, and then they started again.
This one, not to justify it, was to introduce someone to a new character. The most boring giant ever. No, they introduced a new character here. And like the end, which was just, okay, they couldn't come up with a way for this match to end, so they're going to give us all of this.
And this guy also, he doesn't have a giant head.
And now the most dangerous area inside the
I think
suit.
that's gonna be problems.
I think we got to see like a promo with him standing there in the ring.
No need to rush.
Gigantic, even though he is.
That'll knock you
The
silly.
way he just came out there and, all the blacks stood at ringside with everyone. He wasn't coming across as like, oh my God, it's the biggest man I've ever seen.
So that's because of his head. He's got a regular head. He needs a giant's head. Think about this.
From Reigns.
How many giants have a normal-sized looking fucking head with a normal facial expression? You gotta have some fucking. You know the old saying, beauty's only skin deep, but ugly is to the bone. You gotta have some bones sticking out. You gotta have Andre fucking head. Or goddamn giant Sing head or something.
I think RVD's form.
And then you got a giant. He's just a tall fucking guy.
Well, Big Royal has finally arrived. This is where Tama Tonga is, but at least Tonga Low is back, so we're guaranteed there'll be some hilarity in the weeks ahead. And now Jake.
Tonga Loa. Oh, wait a minute. That was Tonga Loa.
Yeah.
Instead of Tama Tonga.
That was the first time we see Tonga Loa since the war.
I mixed up my Tonga. Because I was thinking he was, he's the other.
A few seconds longer, and this match would have been over. Goodness. Left by the
Austin. A career-changing win inside.
Leather full body suits out there. That
WWE scholars in the future will look back at this Hell in a Cell match
Like
as one of
MJF
the
was
greatest
do
of
that
all
a few
time.
weeks ago, where he went from his trunks, which he wrestles one of his 8 matches a year, to the full body suit or the half body suit, whatever it is. It can't be easy if you're used to wrestling one, and all of a sudden, there's just breathing and everything, right? It can't be easy all of a sudden.
Extra mile in
Be
this
all
man.
covered up. It works so what?
Well, the MJF's tribute to MVP, I don't think hampered him too bad. But when you,